One bullet, one decision, one ordinary morning. And within weeks, the entire world was on fire. It was June 28, 1914. The streets of Sarajevo were crowded with people waiting to see Archduke Franz Ferdinand, the heir to the Austro-Hungarian Empire. No one knew that history was about to change forever. As his car moved through the city, a young nationalist named Gavrilo Princip stepped forward, raised his pistol, and fired 2 shots. Those 2 bullets did not just kill a man and his wife. They shattered peace across Europe. At first, the assassination looked like a local political incident. But behind the scenes, powerful nations had already built secret alliances, massive armies, and dangerous rivalries. Austria-Hungary blamed Serbia. Germany stood behind Austria. Russia promised to protect Serbia. France supported Russia. Britain watched the growing crisis with increasing fear. Like falling dominoes, one declaration of war triggered another. Within days, Europe transformed into a battlefield. Young men marched proudly, believing the war would end in a few weeks. Families waved goodbye, expecting quick victories and joyful returns. Most of them would never come home. The trenches soon became a living nightmare. Miles of muddy tunnels stretched across the land. Soldiers lived beside rats, disease, freezing rain, and constant explosions. Every sunrise could be their last. Machine guns cut down thousands in minutes. Poison gas drifted silently across the battlefield. Artillery shells shook the earth day and night. The world had entered a new age of industrial warfare, where technology made destruction faster than ever before. Entire villages disappeared. Cities were reduced to ruins. Children grew up without parents. Millions of families waited for letters that would never arrive. As the conflict spread beyond Europe, colonies and nations from every corner of the world were pulled into the fighting. The oceans became battlefields. The skies witnessed military aircraft for the first time. Even civilians became part of the war. Then came 1917.
The United States entered the conflict, bringing fresh soldiers and resources. The balance of power began to shift. After years of unimaginable suffering, exhausted armies collapsed, economies crumbled, and empires that had ruled for centuries started to fall apart. Finally, on November 11, 1918, the guns fell silent. World War I was over. But the silence revealed a horrifying truth. Around 20 million people had lost their lives. Millions more returned home carrying physical wounds and invisible scars that would stay with them forever. Ancient empires disappeared from the map. New countries were born. Borders were redrawn. The political landscape of the world changed completely. Many believed humanity had learned its lesson. They called it the war to end all wars. But the peace that followed was fragile. Harsh treaties, economic struggles, and unresolved anger created new tensions that would eventually ignite an even deadlier conflict, World War II. All because of a single moment on a crowded street. One bullet, one assassination, one chain reaction that proved history is often changed not by centuries, but by seconds. And even today, every alliance, every diplomatic decision, and every global crisis reminds us of the lesson the world learned in 1914. Sometimes, the smallest spark is enough to set the entire world on fire.